We party like we're rock stars, rock stars. It's midnight at the dive bar, dive bar. Hey, and we won't go down till sunlight comes out and dark skies turn into day. Like we're rock stars, no rock stars. Don't stop till the room starts to sway. Hey, hey, sway. Hey, sway, sway. Don't stop till the room starts to sway.
Come and sway with me, lay with me, yeah, babe with me, and she rolling all day with me. Rock stars at the party and there ain't many that can party how we party, yeah, it ain't litty. You can holler if you hear me, if you heard this. Yeah, the word is anytime that I come, then you know it ain't worthless. Do it for the fun, but I come with a purpose. Dressed to impress, tell the bounce and move back. Vibrations in my chest, I wanna feel that boom back. Libations for my guests, they know I'm a cool cat, but you knew that.
We party like we're rock stars, rock stars. It's midnight at the dive bar, dive bar. Hey, and we won't go down till sunlight comes out and dark skies turn into day. Like we're rock stars, no rock stars. Don't stop till the room starts to sway. Hey, hey, sway. Hey, hey, sway. Hey, don't stop till the room starts to sway.
Got the whole crew here, mommy, come chill. When you step up in the party, it's a done deal. Drinks on me and one bill. We rock stars, and I ain't talking about a drum field. You should know that I gotta bring more of us. And we party on the go like a tour bus. You couldn't make it, well, I'm sorry, that's just your luck. Meanwhile, I'm getting more bucks. Stack it up, then rack it up. Bend it over, poke it out, then back it up. We acting up and we right here. We don't party like squares.
We party like we're rock stars, rock stars. It's midnight at the dive bar, dive bar. Hey, and we won't go down till sunlight comes out and dark skies turn into day. Like we're rock stars, no rock stars. Don't stop till the room starts to sway. Hey, hey, sway. Hey, hey, sway. Hey, don't stop till the room starts to sway.
The fireflies in the sky, and they're coming down and hit the ground now. Run around, chase all my dreams. Will you come with me tonight? Be my firefly, my firefly, my firefly tonight. Come with me, give me a light, oh, give me a light, give me a light.
I could say, but I might as well show. There are things we could guess, but we might as well know. So hurry up, girl, you've been taking too long.
Welcome to the final day of sitting volleyball action at the 2023 Warrior Games Challenge at Naval Air Station North Island in San Diego, California. Team SOCOM overcame an early loss to the Marine Corps and stormed their way through their next 4 matches to earn a shot at the gold medal, while Team Air Force overcame a loss to SOCOM by sweeping their way into the title match. Can Air Force avenge their only defeat and repeat as gold medalists, or will Team SOCOM prove they're the best on the court? Find out now. It's the gold medal match between Team Air Force and Team SOCOM, while Team Army takes on Team Marine Corps for the bronze medal. It's sitting volleyball at the Warrior Games Challenge. Coming up next.
Welcome back, friends, family, and fans, to the final day of the Warrior Games Challenge. I can't believe we're here already. We started this morning off with shooting, and we are getting into our final competition of the day, sitting volleyball finals. You can see behind me, Teams Army and Marine Corps warming up for that bronze medal match, and later on we have SOCOM versus Air Force. Lots of action coming up for you today. You don't want to miss the final day of the Warrior Games Challenge 2023. But until we get started, let's take a brief moment to listen to a message from our host, the U.S. Army.
The soldiers of the U.S. Army stand watch, around the clock, across the globe. They face a uniquely challenging lifestyle. That's where U.S. Army family and morale, welfare, and recreation plays a critical role, with programs designed to enhance their quality of life. Corporate partnerships with Army MWR are a powerful tool to weave your brand into military life experiences of today's well-educated and brand-loyal soldiers. Build your brand with the strength of the U.S. Army.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2023 Warrior Games Challenge here at Naval Air Station North Island in San Diego, California. I'm John Magrino, along with my partner, Tina Dixon. It's the final
be even more intense. And something to point out, we only saw one match go to 3 yesterday. I would expect that to be more today, and we're going to start out with that bronze medal game between Army and the Marine Corps. And Army has come so far from that first introduction as a team. In the Marine Corps, we were just talking to the coach, and he was mentioning the depth of talent on that side. But I have to catch my breath right now and remain calm, because the gold medal match between Air Force and SOCOM, I expect this place to be so loud and so full of energy and excitement. It's going to be a game that you don't want to miss.
So that gold medal match between Team SOCOM and Team Air Force, that'll be coming up later. But first, we've got a phenomenal match coming your way as Team Marine Corps and Team Army will take on each other for the bronze medal. That's coming up next. So an incredible match coming up here in the bronze medal game, Tina. We've got Team Army and Team Marine Corps. Army comes in with a 2-3 record. Marine Corps at 3-3, but don't look at those records. Don't look at the losses column. What's going to happen here is you got two teams with an eye on the prize, and it's going to be a battle from start to finish.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone wants to walk away with the medal, correct? But also, you have to keep in mind that many of these teams and many of these players have come together recently, and so you have to look at the progress from the first time they met to now has been so significant. And that really, I think, has helped just their game as well. You know, I was talking to the Army coach earlier. She said they've had the best practice of their lives, and that means the games. The games have been their practice. You have to keep that in mind. And so the more time they've had on the court, the better they've got throughout the week, and we get to experience that here today in this bronze medal match.
Team Army came in as the 5th-seeded team. Team Marine Corps was the 4th-seeded. Marine Corps did finish 4th in the preliminaries. Army probably outpaced themselves, finishing 3rd. Army lost to Air Force to come here to the bronze medal game. SOCOM defeated Marine Corps in 3 sets in the most exciting match of the tournament, and that's how the Marine Corps came to the bronze as well. Army and Marine Corps also played each other earlier in the preliminary rounds, and the Army came away with a straight set victory in the first meeting. So the Marine Corps has got something to prove. As we get set for the opening introductions and the national anthem coming up in just a couple of minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Vice Admiral Martin Fitness Center at Naval Air Station North Island for the bronze medal match in sitting volleyball at the 2023 Warrior Games Challenge, featuring Team Army versus Team Marine Corps. At this time, we ask that you all please join us in honoring America as retired U.S. Army Specialist J.P. Lane sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's meet the teams. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, Team Marine Corps. Team Captain, number 15, First Sergeant Sida Rose. Number 1, Staff Sergeant David Benitez. Number 2, Master Sergeant William Pizarka. Number 4, Private First Class Michael Harkness. Number 21, Staff Sergeant Rosendo Gutierrez Jr. Number 25, First Lieutenant Brianne Cook. Number 26, Staff Sergeant Danielle Poduff. Number 27, Master Sergeant Donald Burns. Number 31, Staff Sergeant Darrell Taylor. Number 33, Staff Sergeant Michael Scott. Number 36, Gunnery Sergeant Denise Medina. And number 38, Private First Class Jamie Engelsma. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Marine Corps. And now let's meet the home team on the scoreboard, Team Army. Team Captain, number 27, Sergeant Kevin Reyes. Number 1, Staff Sergeant Cindy Gore. Number 2, Staff Sergeant Jewel Lewis. Number 3, Sergeant Kaylin McClendon. Number 5, Staff Sergeant Derek Thompson. Number 7, Staff Sergeant Jeremy Tanksley. Number 9, Sergeant First Class Brad Soderblom. Number 11, First Lieutenant Dion Jones. Number 13, Specialist Timothy Capps. Number 19, Specialist Melisete Tonia. Number 26, Private First Class Noah Strunk. Number 29, Sergeant Carl Judd. Number 39, Staff Sergeant Adam Proctor. And number 40, Sergeant Bill Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Army. Welcome back to the scorer's table. John Magrino along with Tina Dixon as we get started here for the bronze medal game. Team Army taking on Team Marine Corps. Both these teams very familiar with each other. Opening practice, I should say opening warm-ups, Tina, very, very intense for both teams. Marine Corps, they were here early. Army was here a little bit early. Both teams really looking forward to this rematch.
Oh, yeah, and then when I had a chance to speak to some of the players, the emotions are high today. Remember, it's day 10 of 10. It's been a phenomenal week. It's also been a very, very busy week, so exhaustion is playing a factor, but the players are turning that exhaustion into motivation. They're ready for this. It is a bronze medal game, so we talked about the intensity that we can expect to see. It's going to be high here, especially with it being day 10. It's the final day of the Warrior Games, and just really finishing off what has been a phenomenal week of events.
Some of the players that we need to take a look at here that are going to be very instrumental in this contest. For Army, you got to look no further than the front court play of Derek Thompson. Obviously, Bill Anderson as well, who's always makes plays on the front when he's on the floor. Brad Soderblom, outstanding server. Dion Jones. He and Thompson combined are like a blocking machine for Army.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so much talent from the Army side. I mean, there's so much talent even on the Marine Corps side. But what has impressed me is how these teams have come together and worked together as a team with very little practice time or introduction.
Marine Corps is going to be led by David Benitez, called Benny and the Jets, right?
Yeah.
This is Benitez's team, so as he goes, they go. Very intelligent player. He excels in the
setting up the front court, and he's an outstanding defender as well. Up in the middle, Donald Burns. This is Donald Burns' first time playing this. He came onto the court before the first game, and he said, give me a uniform. And here he is, playing for the bronze medal. Take a look at the brackets. As you see, SOCOM and Air Force will compete for the gold medal coming up right after this. Army and the Marine Corps right here in front of us for the bronze. Should be an outstanding match to start. Look at our officials, John Goldsby and Semwa Korea. Crowd is settling in, both teams full of energy. You got DJ Skippo in the background pumping up the volume. It's going to be a great match. Marine Corps serves to start. Donald Burns gets the first point for the Marine Corps. Donald Burns, a talented athlete across every sport that he's competed in. Calm leadership, confidence. Keep an eye on his backhand shot during the match. It's deadly.
What a move by Derek Thompson there to keep the ball in play. And Anderson turning it over, and there's Tania. And Jones over the back line, and the point will go to Marine Corps. But you can see the amount of hustle it takes in this game. I mean, what a play by Thompson to keep that ball in play.
2-0 Marine Corps. David Benitez for the Marine Corps has got his team off to a quick 3-0 start. Don't forget, they lost to Team Army in the first meeting in the prelims, so plenty of motivation here. Bill Anderson gets a good smack at it, but that goes way out over the back line.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing from Army now is just they need to just settle down a little bit, right? It's the first game, the first set here, and nerves can be playing a factor.
You see what Benitez is doing. His serves are going straight into the center of the court, right? You've got Tim Capps a little bit back in front of the yellow line, but he keeps dropping it just right behind.
Yeah, it's a tough position if you're Thompson there in the corner and then Capps. Like, how do you position yourself? And now the coach is telling Reyes to move back.
Goes deep again. There's Anderson.
Oh, and Anderson is effective. Again, slowed down his power. All he had to do was tap it over. What a good move for Anderson. And now the ball goes back to Army.
Got our first look at Kevin Reyes on the serve for Army. Kevin Reyes, the vocal leader on the floor. So a 7-1 lead for the Marine Corps here in game one of the bronze medal match. Good set by Tania. Going for Scott.
Yeah, Tania from Army really tried to get to it, but couldn't make anything happen there. You know, we've seen this before from Army where they come out in the first set and, you know, the other team gets a huge lead. Again, just settle it down a little bit.
Tim Capps tried to make the dig there with his foot, which is, of course, perfectly legal. Just wasn't able to finish. 9-1. Brianne Cook with a nice job at the middle block position.
Yeah, the reaction time needs to be so quick during this game.
Now, Brianne Cook is also the floor captain. We introduced Sid Rose as the team captain, but as the Marine Corps coach said, when Brianne Cook's on the floor, she is the one in charge.
And that's going to give Army a break, because with the Marine Corps already 8 points ahead, you just cannot allow this type of distance so early in the set. So they caught a break with that one.
And as we've talked about this entire tournament, Tina, volleyball's a game of runs. Who's able to stem the longest runs? If I'm trying to explain that accurately. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get too far behind too quickly. You got to figure out a way to get the ball back in your possession. And sometimes, you got to get it done on the defensive end. Job by Anderson on the block.
I talked to him earlier. He's interesting. He's like, I'm actually pretty new at volleyball. All I got to do is just put my hands up. And I'm like, well, it works. It's effective.
There's Sergeant Carl Judd. He's serving for Army, trailing by 6. The officials are confirming that the rosters and the scoring is accurate. Looks like we're good to go. Army down by 6. Carl Judd. Serve goes into the back, and it's saved by Benitez. Back over to the Marine Corps.
Yeah, you could see Reyes right there saying, we got to call this ball. We got to communicate out here on the floor. And it's so important, that communication as a team.
So a timeout on the floor. Marine Corps feeling very good about themselves with a 7-point lead. Winner of this match will claim the gold medal. Tonight we have got a spectacular matchup featuring Team SOCOM and Team Air Force for the gold medal. That'll be coming up about 30 minutes after this opening match. Donald Burns will be serving for the Marine Corps. Into the backcourt. That ball is out of bounds. The Marine Corps. Oh, they changed it. They're called a tip. Substitution coming in for Army. Number 26, Noah Strunk. He'll get serving honors in the backcourt.
And Derek Thompson with the kill. That was a great play by him on the Army side.
Watch the reach. Yeah, you can't stop that.
That was just beautiful.
And that volley over by Benitez just off the fingertips of Melisete Tonia.
So this is interesting. See how Army is now positioning themselves to receive this ball and put it into play. And it worked for them on that serve.
And if I'm not mistaken, it looked like Carl Judd was able to kick that ball over the net. There's Tonia. Rose in the backcourt. Reyes, too far.
And you can see Reyes after that, the hand motion that needs to take place to get that ball over the net, but not past the back line.
6-point lead for the Marine Corps. And a strong serve. Michael Scott.
It's those little mistakes. You just be ready for that serve so you can continue that ball in play. And that was great for Army. Just let it go out, let the other team make the mistake so we can get a point.
So a couple of substitutions for Army. Timothy Capps returns. So too does Deion Jones. Derek Thompson getting his team motivated. There's an ace by Capps.
That's how you want to serve it.
Dropped it right down between Sid Rose and the
Yeah,
line.
Confuse the opponent.
And a good job as Daryl Taylor muscles it up over the net.
Capps tried to get his foot, get it kicked over. Yeah, it's interesting. When I first was in, learning sitting volleyball, you can kick it? Wow. Yes, you are allowed to actually kick the ball.
And a good effort there by David Benitez of the Marine Corps. But that play by Derek Thompson is what created it.
Yeah, take a look at Derek Thompson here. Number 5. Well, we missed his contribution there, but he really contributed to that play.
Thompson on the serve. Benitez gets blocked by Anderson. Yeah, and they call a net violation on David Benitez. Not happy with the call, but it was fair.
Yeah.
Too far under the
And those
net.
are the points that you do not want to give away.
Marine Corps' lead down to 4. Thompson's serve was seeking the back right corner, but just a little too far. That puts David Benitez back at the serving line with a 5-point lead.
Okay, so they've seen Benitez serve before. They know where he's going. So now Thompson, Capps, they're preparing for this serve. So Capps gets it there. And that positioning was effective for them. So now as we continue out through the game, and they're more familiar with where each server is placing the ball, they can prepare for that. And that's just what we saw from Capps and Thompson.
Goes in the middle. Bill Anderson bats it down.
He said he's new to sitting volleyball, but you never would know it.
He's a natural. Just he gets it, and he does it the right way. A lot of times you want to put your arms up straight, and then you get excited, and you feel like you got the kill right there, and you want to smack it home, but you got to be careful in this sport. You can't go over the net, and typically that's an initial reaction, but Anderson does a great job of controlling it, doing it exactly the way you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So if this is his new sport, he's a quick learner.
Exactly. Yeah, the leadership on Army's side has been great to help get this team ready and put it together.
Job by Burns in the front court. Cook. Thompson.
Oh, there were a couple plays there where it was questionable. It was going to go out of bounds, but the players on each side kept the ball going. Now it's Taylor to serve on Marine Corps side.
It's like you don't ever want to be the person that just lets it drop behind you.
No.
And that was a nice try there by Michael Scott, but a little too much pepper on it. And it looks like they called the tip. Let's take a look at it. It looked like ball was just, could have been touched by any one of the three Army athletes.
That doesn't really give us much.
So maybe Michael Scott had just enough seasoning on that kill. Five-point lead for the Marine Corps. Chania to Anderson. Tapped over by Burns. Job by Rose. That point goes to Army.
So Sitter Rose kept that ball in play, but the Marine Corps couldn't get it over, and now Jones is serving on Army's side.
You watch how communicative Rose is on the Marine Corps side. She's constantly vocal, telling everybody what they need to do. Do you know her call sign is Godfather? Do you know why?
Well, no.
She was promoted twice in the field by her battalion commander because she gets the job done and nobody has to know anything about it.
I
you need
like
something
it.
done.
Oh, man.
You go to Sid Rose.
You call Sid Rose.
Six-point lead for the Marine Corps. And you could tell how physical and how tiring this game is. All the players, just the intensity, the sweat, the exhaustion already. We're only in the first set. Good job by Cook. And I like what Deion Jones tried to do there. He tried to set Derek Thompson just a little too far out of his reach.
Yeah, just not quite enough juice on that. But yeah, going back to the physicality of it, I mean, this game alone is physical, and you got to remember this is the third day they've been playing this, and the 10th day of the Warrior Games. So many of these athletes, we've already seen multiple times in different disciplines. They've, won multiple medals also in different disciplines. So coming into this, not only physically exhausted, but mentally exhausted. And that's the communication. You had so many good players looking at the ball like, who's got it, who's got it?
That's when you see Kevin Reyes, the team captain for Army, telling everybody's got to talk. We got to talk to each other. So we have reached set point here in the bronze medal match. Breanne Cook also competed in rowing, rugby, and swimming. She'll do the serving honors for the Marine Corps, trying to put the first set in the books. That was a great play right there from the back line by Deion Jones. Put a little force on it, got the shot over.
Yeah.
Almost looked like he was going to try to make everybody think he was going to set it. We've got a lift violation on the Marine Corps.
And there's been that adjustment period for those players that aren't used to sitting volleyball, those little infractions, the net infractions, the lift infractions, just things they're not used to.
You see Melisete Tonia.
Army staying alive.
Tonia going right in the middle of the court, right at the libero, Sid Rose. We'll see what they try to do here on the serve. It's always a tactical move on the serve. Where do you want to put it?
Placement is so key. And now look how the Marine Corps is set up, anticipating this serve.
They went exactly where they wanted them to because Brianne Cook moved over. But that's going to do it here in our first set, as the Marine Corps takes a 25-19 victory, and they are halfway to the bronze medal. When you look at the difference in this first game, a 6-point advantage. Remember, the Marine Corps jumped out to about a 10-1 lead. You can't let those runs take you too far out of the game. You dig a hole a little bit too deep. You got to figure out a way to get out of it.
Yeah, I would think this next game between these two teams is going to be much closer. Army, just from watching them play previously, they tend to kind of come out a little bit too much energy, and it takes a second to settle down, but they finally settled down and got smarter with their plays. And, you know, you don't want to force things too much.
And Tina, I don't know if you knew this, but we have a special guest here in the house for the Warrior Games Challenge. The Duke of Sussex himself, Prince Harry, in attendance here for the bronze medal game. Happy to have him along with us. Instrumental in the Invictus Games. And they'll be taking place later on this year.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're witnessing the action live.
Such a strong supporter of adaptive athletics. Himself a military man.
Yeah, and you know, the Warrior Games is all about recovery. You know, finding those tools to help you in your recovery process, whether it be sitting volleyball or swimming or track, whatever it is. You know, find that something that you're passionate about and continue that to help with recovery. And also the camaraderie. The camaraderie at this event has been phenomenal. It's been so great to be a part of it and to witness it.
And you and I have talked multiple times off camera about how we wish we had more time to talk to the athletes and get an idea about their stories of recovery and what they've been able to overcome and share it with us. Just tremendous stories of courage. So many stories that we'd love to pass along.
Yeah, it's been a long 10 days, but it's been a great 10 days. Great, all capital letters.
I had the pleasure of working the 2019 games at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs and could not wait to get back to this event. Monumental.
Yeah. I know, I think I speak for a lot of the athletes too when I say, it'd be nice, just take a little bit of a break, you know, catch a breather, get some rest. It'd be cool to come back like in another month and do this all over again.
And when you look at some of these athletes, they have been competing in 7, 8, some of them more than 8 sports all day, every day. It's not like they have any time off. These sports are back to back to back, multiple days.
You don't want it to end, but there's a moment where you're like, I really need to just eat and sleep. And then once I do that, let's come back and do this all over again.
We got some of our athletes that were competing this morning in the final day of the shooting competition, and then you got to reset and come back and help your team win a medal.
Yeah, days with the multiple sports, the morning events and then the team events at night.
Here we go, second set of the bronze medal game. Kevin Reyes for Army, and that's a good start.
So that's what Army needs in this second set. They need to come out and score some points right away.
And Bill Anderson called for the net violation from his middle block position. Ties the set at 1. David Benitez for the Marine Corps. Interesting that they have Derek Thompson now in the backcourt. Thompson typically on the front line, on the front court, where he's an exceptional blocker. Now he's got long reach. You see they're going right at the middle, but he's up to that task. Anderson
Big
gets called again.
Donald Burns.
Yeah, and Anderson actually got called for the net violations. He looks like he might have gone on top. She goes over to block Burns, and he touches the net. Nice job by Burns. The excitement by Big Daddy.
Shout out to his family. Hello from Coronado, California.
As we understand, Donald Burns Jr. has been staying up late.
Past his bedtime. He's got a good reason.
You bet. See, Kevin Reyes telling Thompson and Jones that ball could have been out. I mean, you got to respect Jones for trying to make a play on it. So he moves back a little bit to guard in the deep position. And just like that, that's outstanding. That's an outstanding serve by David Benitez. He sees Jones back up towards the line. Now I'm just going to dump it right behind Belasete Tunisia and right in front of him.
And it was Benitez on that first run from the Marine Corps that he was the one that came out as the server on Marine Corps and set such a high standard with points. They were just scoring point after point after point, and he's doing it again.
Brad Soderblom goes over the net, trying to make a play. That's going to be a violation. And, you know, Tina, after a tie game at 1-1, you look up at the scoreboard, and now they're already down by 6.
Oh, that was a great play by Taylor. Being up there at the net when you can get your hands up high and the ball comes to you and you can just tap it down for the kill. And yeah, 7-point difference early. This is not what Army needed or wanted to happen.
Army forced to burn a timeout here in the second set, trailing by 7, already down a set. Army seems to be trying to reconstruct their strategy here, moving players from the front court to the back court, hoping to find some way to hold off the Marine Corps. Not an easy task.
No, the Marine Corps is such a talented team. I mean, you know, the game against SOCOM for that gold medal round, this was yesterday, went to 3. That was the first game that we had seen go to 3 sets.
Benitez serves it to the back with success. Benitez serves to Reyes. Kind of handcuffed him there on the back.
Yeah, you see number 27 and number 5, Thompson and Reyes, trying to figure out, all right, how do we stop this serve?
We're going to call a lift on Derek Thompson. So it can be kind of confusing on a lift call, right? The bottom line is you cannot have your hand on the ball that when you can tap it up from underneath, you just can't lift it up. All kinds of frustration now on the Army side. Marine Corps got it all going their way as their lead grows to 12-1. Benitez to Caps, to Thompson.
You know, I'm looking at all the players on Army side, and I'm like, I've seen them multiple times in different disciplines. You know, Tonia, gold medal in field. Thompson, gold medal in track. Like, it's just been nonstop.
Derek Thompson gets a break, replaced by Carl Judd in the center back position. 12-0 run for the Marine Corps. Job by Benitez to get up. Rose to Cook. And I know that Army gets the point from that, but if you could just watch the quick reaction, Donald Burns has got amazing hand speed. Cook with the set.
Oh, I mean, in contributions on both sides of the net by all the players. That was a really fun rally to watch.
Taylor was looking to go in the open back court. He had plenty of court open on the back right, but just a little too strong. So 2 quick points by Army. Got to pull themselves back in here. And Taylor cuts that rally short at 2 points. Let's see what he can do from the service line.
And it looked to me their players on the Marine Corps side just weren't quite ready for that. Not really in position yet.
Noah Strunk checking in for Adam Proctor for Army. And a nice effort there by Brianne Cook, trying to set her teammate. Just a little too far, but set that off of her back. It's Cook again to Burns, who arms it over.
Oh, great play by Cook there, number 25. You know, and also got a shout out to Sita Rose. She's going out now, but the digs that she has on those serves had really set the ball up nicely for her teammates to make an effective play.
Couple of substitutions for Team Army. Derek Thompson and Deion Jones check back in the front court. And this is a very solid front line for Army. You've got Melisete Tonia, Derek Thompson, Deion Jones. We've seen success from this front court. That ball just off the fingertips of Will Pizarka. Eight-point lead for the Marine Corps. Army serving. Here's Tonia. And an ace.
And this is now, they're cutting the deficit point by point by point, and this is what they need to do. I knew he had power.
Michael Scott tried to knock that down to Tijuana.
End up over there in the baseball field.
Army's got a little bit of a roll here, Tina. That lead is now down to 5.
And once you start doing this and earning points or scoring points, one after another, the confidence builds. And not just from one player, but it's contagious amongst the whole team, and each player starts, performing that much better.
Marine Corps coach has seen enough, calls a timeout. Marine Corps lost to Army in their first meeting in the preliminary round, so Army knows how to win. Let's see if they can cut back into this lead, draw even, down a set here in the bronze medal match.
Sometimes it just takes a minute for the team to click. And I think Army is an example of that. They're a new team. you know, many of these teams, they're a new team, and sometimes it just takes an extra minute for that cohesiveness to come together.
Melisete Tonia to serve for Army. To the back. And that, listen, that's a great save. Or I should say, that's a great serve, because you got Rose back there and you've got Taylor, both exceptional players in their own net. Put it between them. Both of them are playmakers. They're both going to try to make the play. She put it in the right spot.
And Jones at the net. Gets the upper hand on that.
Don't look now. We got a ball game. Cook can't get it to go in the back. A 2-point game in set 2.
Yeah, this is great for Army. Put the ball into play and let the other team make the mistake.
Boy, Tania's the one you want back there serving in this spot. We talked about her yesterday, about how she's got previous volleyball experience, right?
Yes.
Just an incredible eye for the game. Look at her, intense. Melisete Tonia serving to tie.
Wow.
We've got a net violation called on the Marine Corps.
Oh, and now we have a tie game. And Tonia's still serving. And the look on her face has not changed at all.
And we've got a timeout called again by the Marine Corps. Their second timeout that they burned in this set. Army's on a 14-2 run.
That's incredible.
But we knew they were capable of it.
Yeah, they absolutely are that team. They're very good when they click. Just sometimes takes a second.
Take a second and talk about Melisete Tonia and what she gives to this team. Not only is she talented offensively and defensively, but she's an outstanding digger, right? Mm-hmm. And she's not shy on the serve. We've seen that. She knows how to maybe give it a little bit of a softer touch on the serve when she's trying to place it, but she's not afraid to drop that hammer. Take a look at this right here. She's just, her court awareness is exceptional.
Yeah.
Tonia, a gold medalist in the discus and a bronze as well.
Ooh. Reyes tried to hustle and make that happen. So now we'll see what the Marine Corps can do.
Marine Corps just thankful to get the ball in their end to serve.
But what a run from Army. But again, they cannot let the Marine Corps get ahead by really more than 2 points. Yeah, this is not what they want to have happen.
Yeah, you've just given up 3 straight. 18-15.
Oh, so Derek Thompson, number 5, really, really key play for him.
Take a look at Thompson on the service line. Thompson, a gold medalist in the 200, silver medalist in the 100 in the track events. Also competed in archery, field, rowing, wheelchair basketball as well. Talented athlete. You see Michael Scott claiming that ball was tipped, but the officials disagreed.
They're like, no, that was your power. That was all your power.
Might have gone off the fingertips of Harkness. He might have had a face.
And Soderblom with the kill. What a block by Reyes there at the net, number 27.
1 point lead for Army. Marine Corps will substitute Will Pizarka in for Michael Harkness. And he'll take his position as the middle blocker. He's sandwiched in between David Benitez and Michael Scott. Thompson serve a little too aggressive. Tied at 19, set number 2. This is Scott. Rose. What a run by Army. They were down, what, was it 11 to 2? Come back to take a 1 point lead. (13 to 1).
What a placement by Jones on Army's
side. 21-19. Reyes. Taylor.
Wow, Taylor, number 31 for Marine Corps. He was the difference maker on that rally.
Back and forth we go. Here's Pizarka. And it's about 5 or 6 hits on the Army side.
Can they have that many hits? There's always those rallies like, wait a second, that's not allowed.
Tied at 21.
Oh, Big Daddy Burns.
Can we call him the rookie also?
I don't know.
He doesn't play like one, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Well, during this match, nobody is playing like a rookie.
And that was an interesting call, and I don't know if it was intentional, but Kaylin McClendon came in and kind of scooted up by the yellow line, and that almost dared Will Pizarka to go deep over her head, and he tried to, and it went out of bounds, so it worked out well for Army. Tied at 22. David Benitez. Correction, 1 point lead for the Marine Corps, 2 for the victory.
And this is not who you want to have serve if you're Army.
Daryl Taylor smacks it home, and we have reached match point.
Oh, and Benitez is a good server. Woo!
Army calls a timeout, trailing by 2. Match point for the bronze medal. And to your point, Tina, you've got David Benitez serving at match point.
At this point, yeah, at this stage of the game, he is the last person that you would want serving if you are on Army's team.
Donald Burns telling his teammates, let's get it done right now. Here we go. Match point in the bronze medal match. David Benitez serving for the win. And there it is. The Marine Corps, your bronze medal champions.
Army put up a great fight in that second set. Just couldn't quite get it, but I was impressed with their rally back and that run of points they had there in the middle. Oh, but what a talented group of athletes on both sides, but it's Marine Corps' day. They come home with the bronze medal.
And they earned it. You know, what we've seen from the Marine Corps throughout this tournament is a team that never panics. They'll get back a little bit, have a setback. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They work together. They communicate. They rely on each other. There's a lot of trust. Just an incredible victory for Team Marine Corps in straight sets.
Yeah, it was a team effort and contributions by every player.
And they got it from so many people. Army gave them a great, great match, though. I mean, all credit to them as well. But that center line, that front court for Marine Corps, just an amazing effort.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Army playing in the bronze medal game. A team, a new team. They worked together. They came together. The coach was really impressed with what she saw from them. And, you know, one thing to point out is the Warrior Games help set these athletes up for stuff down the road. If they find that passion in sitting volleyball, well, let's pursue that a little bit more. So, and the coach is really helpful in that process.
So congratulations to Team Marine Corps. They are the bronze medal champions in sitting volleyball. So our next game is going to be the gold medal match featuring Team SOCOM and the defending gold medalist Team Air Force. We look forward to that matchup. That's going to be one for the ages. We're going to go down courtside and send it to Lizzie Smith, and she's talking with a very happy captain, Sita Rose. Take it away, Lizzie.
Thanks, John. Yes, that's right. I'm here with the captain for Team Marines, Sita Rose. That was quite the fight. That first set was incredible to watch, but we really saw point for point in that second set. How did Team Marines pull out that victory?
I think just coming together as a team, and as hard as we worked, I mean, it just fell into place. Everybody was where they needed to be. We were all, like, not only were we competitive, but we were all supporting each other, and it just goes to show that, like, no matter what injuries, your hard work pays off, and you can come back and win.
What does it mean for you to take home the bronze for Team Marines in sitting volleyball?
You know, last year we came out, and we really just didn't play as a team, and this year we came out, we played as a team, and we told each other, we were like, hey, we're not going home without a medal. And coming out and winning bronze has really just, I mean, you can look at them right now. They're ecstatic. They're so happy. And just, I mean, like being here and enjoying this and like competing with the other, you know, services and stuff, like it's been just amazing.
Well, thank you so much for your time. You can definitely tell that fight and that teamwork came through. And we will see Team Marines later on at the medal ceremony. Don't go anywhere. We have our gold medal match, SOCOM versus Air Force, coming up next.
The soldiers of the U.S. Army stand watch around the clock, across the globe. They face a uniquely challenging lifestyle. That's where U.S. Army family and morale, welfare, and recreation plays a critical role, with programs designed to enhance their quality of life. Corporate partnerships with Army MWR are a powerful tool to weave your brand into military life experiences of today's well-educated and brand-loyal soldiers. Build your brand with the strength of the U.S. Army.
I could say, but I might as well show. There are things we could guess, but we might as well know. So hurry up, girl, you've been taking too long. We can't just get crazy like there's nothing wrong. Cause all I hear is talking, 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 and all I need is action. Baby, till the morning, 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 a little satisfaction. If you just take the time, everything could be simple. And every day I'll be with you, no lie. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. We think that it's hard when it's easy as pie. We got the ingredients, why don't we try? Yeah, yeah. No need to be greedy, I'm yours for the night. But could be for life if you're treating me right. Yeah. And you can keep walking, walking, walking. 'Cause baby, I need action. Just a little satisfaction to keep me holding on. 'Cause if you just take the time, everything could be simple. And every day I'll be with you, no lie. It's not that complicated. 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 If you can keep it simple, boy, we'll take it easy. I gave you all the info. What more do you need from me? 'Cause everything you say you like now, you can get it all right now. Baby, it's not hard, it's no lie. It's not that complicated. 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 Escape, escape that you have made.
the sky, and they're coming down and hit the ground. I'll run around, chase all my dreams. Will you come with me tonight? Be my firefly, my firefly, my firefly tonight. Yeah, come with me, give me a light, oh, give me a light, give me a light. Give it to me now, huh? Well, I woke up and I changed the pace. Felt so good, didn't know my name. Ay, 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 I think I smell smoke. Ooh, hope she don't hold back. Ooh, a little firecracker. Go get a hold of yourself. The world's trying to tear you down. It's like you're gonna need some help. A good job, I'm around. I'll be bringing my all tonight. Nothing's gonna stop me now. This whole place is gonna be mine. I'm gonna run this town. Have you heard about me? I'm the man around here. I'm the mayor of this town. And I'm bringing the fear. What's she gonna do about it? What's she gonna say about me? And I know I talk so loudly. I'm the king.
me, yeah, babe with me, and she rolling all day with me. Rock stars at the party and there ain't many that can party how we party, yeah, it ain't litty. You can holler if you hear me, if you heard this. Yeah, the word is anytime that I come, then you know it ain't worthless. Do it for the fun, but I come with a purpose. Dressed to impress, tell the bouncer move back. Vibrations in my chest, I wanna feel that boom back. Libations for my guests, they know I'm a cool cat, but you knew that.
We party like we're rock stars, rock stars. It's midnight at the dive bar, dive bar. Hey, and we won't go down till sunlight comes out and dark skies turn into day. Like we're rock stars, no rock stars. Don't stop till the room starts to sweat. Hey, hey, sweat. Hey, hey, sweat. Hey, don't stop till the room starts to sweat.
Got the whole crew here, mommy, come chill. When you step up in the party, it's a done deal. Drinks on me and one bill. We rock stars, and I ain't talking about a drum field. You should know that I gotta bring more of us. And we party on the go like a tour bus. You couldn't make it, well, I'm sorry, that's just your luck. Meanwhile, I'm getting more bucks. Stack it up, then rack it up. Bend it over, poke it out, then back it up. We acting up and we right here. We don't party like squares.
We party like we're rock stars, rock stars. It's midnight at the dive bar, dive bar. Hey, and we won't go down till sunlight comes out and dark skies turn into day. Like we're rock stars, no rock stars. Don't stop till the room starts to sweat. Hey, hey, sweat. Hey, hey, sweat. Hey, don't stop till the room starts to sweat.
Check it out, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, and yo, the party don't stop. It's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, and yo, we take it to the top. It's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, we go hard in the block. It's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, yeah. Yo, the party didn't start till my crew walked in, and it probably won't end till we hit the door again. Got a bottle of gin and a couple of friends. We about to set the vibe right, and yo, we on it again. Country in the mud, Bama is hell. Listen up, little homie, I got a story to tell. The championship, we about to win. Celebrate all night, and then we do it again. Check it out, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, and yo, the party don't stop. It's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock, and yo, we take it to the top. It's time to rock, it's time to It's time to rock. Rockin' yo, the party don't stop. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. Check it out, check it out. It's time to rock. Rockin' yo, the party don't stop. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. We go hard. We go hard. Yeah, yeah, we go hard. Yeah, we go hard. Yeah, yeah, we go hard. Yeah, yeah, we go hard. Yeah, yeah, we go hard. We go hard. We go hard. Check it out, yeah.
retribution can be so dangerous. The falling rain and the rising tide. You're not to blame, but you're dying inside. There's a black cloud hanging over us, hanging over us. Still we aim for glory, for glory, for glory. Still we aim for glory, for glory, for glory. We will rise and we will fall with our backs against the wall. Still we aim for glory, for glory, for glory. There's a sentence that you must serve. You're gonna do your time for what it's worth. It's worth. The falling rain and the rising tides. You're not to blame, but you're dying inside. There's a black cloud and it won't give up, give up. Still we aim for glory, for glory, for glory. Still we aim for glory, for glory, for glory. We will rise and we will fall with our backs against the wall. Still we aim for glory, for glory, for glory. The sea will rise, the stars will fall. We're still alive to climb the wall. We live forever and stake our claim. It's now or never. Stand up and take aim. We do it all for glory, for glory, for glory. We do it all for glory, for glory, for glory. We will rise and we will fall with our backs against the wall. We do it all for glory, for glory, for glory.
Gotta wake up, shout it out, oh man, you know it's time. Get ready, shake it off, 'cause I'm feeling so damn fine. Gotta get this feeling. Gotta get this going on. Watch me, I just know. I'm gonna get this feeling. Watch me, I just know. Yeah, I'm gonna get this feeling. to be double. Don't let them gray clouds take a hold. Oh no, oh no, no. Woo! We ain't worried about a doggone thing. We're gonna come on through, yeah. Live your life, 'cause that's the only thing you gotta do. Hey, yeah. Keep it up. Keep it up. Come on. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. I know it's hard, but you gotta keep working. You made a start, but you need to push through. Without those rainy days, the flowers would never grow.
Welcome back to the Vice Admiral Martin Fitness Center here at Naval Air Station North Island in beautiful San Diego, California. John Magrano along with Tina Dixon. It's the gold medal match featuring Team SOCOM and Team Air Force in sitting volleyball here at the 2023 Warrior Games Challenge. And Tina, what a match we saw in the bronze medal contest as the Marine Corps took down Team Army in straight sets.
Yeah, but Army gave up a good fight, especially in that second set. But at the end of the day, it was all Marine Corps. I mean, they have so much talent on their team, and they really came together when it mattered, creating some really big distance early on in that set one for scores. And what we have seen before is that could be the difference between the sets and the game. So Air Force and SOCOM, the game coming up, I would anticipate the scores to be a little bit closer. Both these teams are very evenly matched, and they're going to fight to the end for this one.
SOCOM came in as the number 3 seeded team. They are the defending bronze medal winners from the 2022 games in Orlando. Air Force was seeded first. They are the defending gold medalists. Air Force placed second in the preliminary rounds. Both teams with a record of 3-1. But in the head-to-head matchup, SOCOM has the advantage. They swept Air Force in the first meeting in the prelims. And we're going to send it down to the floor and talk with Lizzie Smith.
Thanks so much, John. Yes, you can see behind me, teams have just finished warming up, getting ready for this gold medal match. That's Air Force versus SOCOM, and earlier on we saw Marines beat out Army for that bronze medal spot. So not only do we have an exciting final match, final day of Warrior Games Challenge 2023 coming up, but we also have that final medal ceremony too. So lots to look forward to. Make sure that you are tagging us in all of your Instagram photos at home while you celebrate this last day of the Warrior Games Challenge with us at DOD Warrior Games on Instagram, and use those hashtags. Hashtag Warrior Games, hashtag WG23, hashtag Adaptive Sports, and hashtag Warrior Athletes. We will be back shortly with this gold medal match.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Vice Admiral Martin Fitness Center at Naval Air Station North Island for the gold medal match in sitting volleyball at the 2023 Warrior Games Challenge, featuring Team SOCOM and Team Air Force. At this time, we ask that you all please join us in honoring America as retired U.S. Army Specialist J.P. Lane sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's meet the teams. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, Team Air Force. Team Captain, number 26, Technical Sergeant Chris Farrell. Number 7, Master Sergeant Rhoda Vargas. Number 10, Staff Sergeant Carly James. Number 12, Staff Sergeant Terry Charles. Number 18, Senior Airman Brandon Sullivan. Number 21, Senior Airman Josie Arevalo. Number 30, Master Sergeant Justin James. Number 31, Staff Sergeant O.J. Shisanya. Number 33, Technical Sergeant Paul Vermeer. Number 35, Technical Sergeant Jason Brown. Number 41, Technical Sergeant Rudy Estrada. And number 45, Senior Master Sergeant Gary Eister. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Air Force. And now let's meet the home team on the scoreboard, Team SOCOM. Team Captain, number 11, Senior Sergeant First Class Jake Anthony. Number 4, Sergeant First Class Davey Lagarda. Number 7, Staff Sergeant Adam Fouts. Number 10, Petty Officer First Class Dustin Burrell. Number 12, Sergeant First Class Dawn Page. Number 13, Petty Officer First Class Erica Neal. Number 21, Captain Zach Polega. Number 23, Staff Sergeant Kevin Coleman. Number 24, Master Sergeant Ivan Morera. Number 27, Master Sergeant Jerry Milan. Number 29, Petty Officer Third Class Harley Megley. And number 31, Chief Master Sergeant Lou Ori. Ladies and gentlemen, Team SOCOM. So both teams introduced as we start the gold medal match between Team Air Force and Team SOCOM. A couple of players that should keep an eye on in this gold medal match. Certainly for Team SOCOM, Captain Jake Anthony, certainly the leader on the floor. Zach Palega as well. But you're going to get big plays by Dustin Burrell and Adam Fouts as well. Over on Air Force's side, Tina, Carly James, Chris Farrell, Paul Vermeer, all of them just been solid contributors that have brought SOCOM, I should say Air Force, into this gold medal game.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this list too, and I can add to the names that what you're saying. If we go back to SOCOM, someone that really impressed me in yesterday's game against the Marine Corps was Dawn Page. She was sort of silent, but her plays were so effective, and she really made a difference on that SOCOM team.
And I agree 100%. She, Dawn Page, she's going to be on the court a lot. She gets plenty of looks, and she always seems to convert when SOCOM needs to play. She's an exceptional defender and obviously very sharp on offense as well. So we look for a big match from Dawn Page. Keep an eye on Air Force with O.J. Shisanya. He's a solid front court player, always has a propensity for big plays. Exceptional on his court placement. His awareness is off the charts. So it looks like Air Force is going to get the opening serve here in the gold medal match. And that's Rudy Estrada back to serve. Second meeting of these two teams. SOCOM swept Air Force in the first meeting. Plenty of motivation.
Yeah, but one thing to keep in mind is after that first day, the Air Force team came together and really sort of had that moment where the coach talked to them about, you guys, you really need to come together. Let's work together as a team. And it made such a big difference because in day two, they performed so strong, and they were, from start to finish, fighting for every single point. And then, last night, they left here without knowing who they were going to play against in the gold medal match. The coach said, go home, rest up, and then just remember to come back tomorrow and let's have some fun.
We saw Team SOCOM here. We walked into the gym before the bronze medal game, and SOCOM was already on the floor warming up. So you know how serious they are about this contest. And Air Force just always exudes that type of confidence. And we've seen that in every one of their team competitions, be it wheelchair rugby, wheelchair basketball, and they bring the same thing here to sitting volleyball. We are underway, and Air Force gets the first point of the match.
And that was off of a lift infraction, and both of these teams need to be very careful not giving away those types of points.
Jerry Milan ties it up for SOCOM. Jerry Milan, fresh off a gold medal finish in the pistol shooting competition earlier this morning, and he had to hustle over here once the medal ceremonies were done, and right off the bat, he's in the scorebook. This is Paul Vermeer. Count it for Air Force. That was a tip-off of Dustin Burrell. How many times have we seen Paul Vermeer in this tournament just dominate in the front line?
Yeah, it's been really great to see just how strong he is at the net, and his talent's going to be necessary in today's game.
Soft touch over the net by James. This is Burrell, gets it over. Carly James, O.J. Shisanya leaps for it, and he makes the play, just dumps it inside the center.
And that's such good placement. You know, we talk about placement, you know, in the middle of the court and stuff, but if you can get it in that part of the net where no one can quite get any lift over it, like Dusty Burrell, you see him trying to make a move, but just doesn't work. Oh.
Zach Palega.
And he's another one that's been so productive and effective at the net.
See Zach Palega, just long reach and perfect placement. Chris Farrell with a nice job trying to get it to the back line, but just over the red line. And the officials are going to discuss it here with the scorekeeper as the score in-house reads 4-3. Air Force coach contending that it's 4-2 as you see on your screen. And they fixed it. And the screen is correct. There's Vermeer with the bump. Shasanya to the back. Palega setting for Dawn Page.
And that's Dawn Page. We talked about her, number 12. She is the silent player. She only speaks with her effective plays.
Burrell gets the set from Palega, and we're going to get a net violation call on Air Force. So a 5-3 lead by the defending gold medalists.
And what a great serve by Burrell on SOCOM. Puts the right amount of spin on that ball to where Air Force can't really react or get it into play.
Dustin Burrell, a dynamic player. He knows the game. Great setter. And that's a great play by Carly James. Real, kind of whipped her arm over to knock it back into the air. They kind of caught SOCOM off guard.
Yeah, Carly has had some really significant plays in the games leading up to this.
Nice kick by Carly James, but it goes out of bounds.
And the kick is legal. You can do that, but as you saw, you also risk, you know, you're a little bit more powerful to kick it. And she went out of bounds.
There's Zach Palega serving with a 1-point deficit. And now we're tied at 6.
Estrada tries to block it, goes off the hands and out of bounds.
You are permitted to block it off the serve in sitting volleyball. Nice job by volley.
I think both teams are, you know, there's a lot of intensity between these two teams, and I think both of them are almost feeling those nerves right now. Just both need to settle down. It's the first set.
And we've got a net violation called on Air Force.
And those will be the points that could potentially be disastrous at the end of the match.
You know, we talked about Chris Farrell right there, number 26 for Air Force. Chris Farrell leads the team in kills. He's extremely communicative. He's an intelligent player, always comes up with a big block or a big kill, and he'll be all over the court. You'll see it today. Counter for Air Force. So SOCOM jumped out there to a 3-point lead. Air Force gets one back, and we'll get our first look at number 18, Brandon Sullivan for Team Air Force.
Each of these teams, they don't want the distance to go beyond 2 points.
Jake Anthony's going to get cited for the net violation. Tried to make the effort. Jump. Well, actually, no, they're going to give that on. They're going to put that on Dawn Page, and she didn't necessarily agree with it. Anthony tries to tip it up and over his back, and that sails over the back line.
Yeah, and smart by Air Force. Just let it go out of bounds. Let the other team make the mistake.
You know what you see right back here with Air Force? Notice how all three of them are playing up on the yellow line. They're not conceding any of the close or the dump shots. They're going to make them, or they're going to make SOCOM earn those shots or those points to the back. Always interesting to see the strategy of each team. And that time,
wow,
yeah,
that was a great serve by Dawn Page. And we're going to see that throughout today's event, is just how the team set up depending on who is serving. But great placement.
So Air Force, again, when you look at that alignment, they were testing SOCOM to see if they were going to be able to capitalize, and Page made them pay for the strategy. So SOCOM now building a 3-point lead here in the first set of our gold medal match. Estrada. And a nice block by Adam Fouts. And this is one of the runs that we talked about. SOCOM on a big push here. They build their lead to 4, and that forces Air Force to burn a timeout.
Well, and yeah, we have talked about this in previous games, how fast it is to earn points today and how fast it is for the other team to just take off without you getting any points. So you have to be very, very careful, especially with these two teams, not to let it go too far. Keep it within reach.
Both teams entering the gold medal match with identical 4-1 records. SOCOM obviously held the head-to-head advantage with a victory over Air Force, and that gave them the top place in the brackets. And they are holding a 4-point lead, and this is Dawn Page.
Really good reaction there at the net by Fouts.
Five-point lead for SOCOM. Dawn Page, rock solid at the service line. She serves it deep to Sullivan. We're going to get a net violation called on SOCOM. A little too aggressive by Jerry Milan.
That's a break for Air Force to get the ball back and get the point.
Chris Farrell, we talked about how he is just a leader on this team. He's the guy that you want serving in this position down by 3. Lead back to 4. Here's Jake Anthony.
Oh, beautiful hit by Estrada, number 41 on Air Force.
Gary Eister serving. Milan, nice touch over the net, but a great save by Farrell. And Carly James.
Watching Carly James when she does moves like that, just the excitement that she has, and she has a really good way of motivating this team and getting them pumped up for the rest of the game.
Carly James just hustles for everything on the court. SOCOM get an opportunity to build on the three-point margin. This is Jerry Milan. Paul Vermeer, that's it. You know, I see what they were trying to do there. Justin James tried to set Vermeer closer to the net than Vermeer was, and just a little out of reach. Lead goes back to 4. James bumps it over. Set to Pelega. James looking for Carly James. That's a point to Air Force.
By both teams, but it's Justin James, number 30, with the kill. But you could see just the teamwork between the two teams, the set.
Justin James moves back into the service spot, trailing by 3. James competed in the 2022 games down in Orlando, contributed to their gold medal. And that shot over the back by Dustin Burrell, and he knows it. Air Force with a raucous crowd behind them. Master Sergeant Justin James. Zach Pelega.
That is not who you want to serve to, Zach Pelega on SOCOM, because when he's in that position and the ball comes to him, he's going to spike it.
You know, what we saw in the game leading up to here, Zach Pelega, in the earlier games, sometimes took him about a game to heat up, but once he gets heated up, like you see right there.
Right there. Yeah, you're exactly right. It took him a little bit of time to get going yesterday, but once it clicked for him, I mean, he again is just so effective.
Carly James, Dawn Page blocked by Vermeer, and Pelega.
Too much power on that one from Pelega.
He knows it too, right? I mean, he had the opening in the back left corner, tried to get it, but a little bit too strong. Air Force gets one back, down by 3. Here's Page. She handcuffed Paul Vermeer in the backcourt.
Caught him a little off guard. And that's like, if he would have scooted back potentially just a little bit, he could have been in that right spot to get that ball. And same thing, when you have serves like that with the right amount of spin and you're just not in the right position, maybe a little bit too far forward or a little bit too far back, it can be very hard to keep that ball in play.
And we've talked about this before. Sitting volleyball is not like regulation volleyball where that's a game of power. This is a game of placement. You've got to be able to place it in the right spots to be successful. Power doesn't always work. Nice job by Air Force. Justin James exemplifying our point.
Exactly. Yeah, it takes a lot of hustle.
There's Carly James with a strong serve and too strong.
And that's something that you have to be aware of as a player, just the size of this court. It is smaller, so the power on your serves, you kind of have to bring it back a little bit.
Anthony. And we've got a lift call on Jake Anthony, and he can't believe it. Again, if you're watching the lift call, you can hit the ball underneath, but you just can't have any extended time touching the ball from underneath.
And when I was talking to the players about, the lift calls and the net infractions and things like that, it is somewhat of an adjustment if you're not too used to sitting volleyball. And that and just kind of breaking in your seat, your backside, because you're sitting the entire time.
5-point lead for Team SOCOM here in set 1 of the gold medal match. This is Sergeant First Class Dawn Page. 2 for the win in set 1. Farrell to Estrada. Fouts gets it into the backcourt. A set for Farrell. And Justin James had the right idea.
I was going to say he had the right idea, but just a little bit too far to the left.
And set point for Team SOCOM here. Dawn Page looking to close it out. And her serve hits the back line for the ace. Count it. Set 1 to SOCOM.
And that's Dawn Page. She is silent, but effective. What a great serve from her.
Always comes up with the big play. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Take a look at this right here. Just the perfect spot. So set 1 goes to Team SOCOM. They are halfway home to the gold medal.
The soldiers of the U.S. Army stand watch, around the clock, across the globe. They face a uniquely challenging lifestyle. That's where U.S. Army family and morale, welfare, and recreation plays a critical role, with programs designed to enhance their quality of life. Corporate partnerships with Army MWR are a powerful tool to weave your brand into military life experiences of today's well-educated and brand-loyal soldiers. Build your brand with the strength of the U.S. Army.
Welcome back to the Warrior Games Challenge. If you're just joining us, we are in the gold medal match right now with SOCOM beating out Air Force in that first set, 25-18. We're heading into the second set now. If Air Force can pull it out, we will go into 3 sets. Otherwise, SOCOM will take the gold. We already know Marines is in that 3rd spot for bronze, so lots of action coming your way shortly. John, Tina, back to you.
Thank you, Lizzie. Back courtside, Tina Dixon along with John Magrino. We've already got the bronze medalists decided. Team Marine Corps took care of Team Army in straight sets, and Team SOCOM 50% of the way there, Tina. But they're going to have their work cut out for them in the second set here, because you know that Air Force, they don't lie down for anybody.
No, and their coach, we've seen him when he gives those pep talks of, hey, we need to come together as a team, and I would think that he's giving a similar pep talk now, and that motivates Air Force. They come back even stronger and better. So, no, they're not going to roll over for SOCOM. They're going to fight all the way through, and, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the teams to click.
And our special guest in the house for the gold medal match, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, enjoying sitting volleyball action here at the Warrior Games Challenge. Good to see him here. Part of the Invictus Games. Many of our athletes here competing will be heading over to the Invictus Games later on in the year. Team SOCOM will get the opening serve here in set 2. Ball gets rolled back to Master Sergeant Jerry Milan, already a gold medalist this morning in the pistol shooting competition. Set 2 is underway. Carly James, Paul Vermeer got blocked out there by the official. Paul Vermeer's spike sails out of bounds. He was suggesting that it was tipped, but it wasn't.
So a quick 2 points already for Air Force, and this is the statement that they needed to make so early on.
See if Gary Eister can give the Air Force a good run. Burrell to Palega. And that's just enough. Safe to say Zach Palega has heated up.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to the coach from SOCOM earlier today and asked him, how do you get your team motivated? And he basically pointed it out to me, these players, the motivation comes internally. It's from within, and you can kind of see it. They're very focused. They're making effective plays, but that motivation is very, very, it's just naturally within them.
And to your point, in order to compete on these teams already, you have to be a self-motivator.
Oh, absolutely.
A
Yeah.
legendary coach from Notre Dame, Lou Holtz, used to say, when he used to be asked about how do you motivate your team? He goes, how do I motivate my team? I get rid of the unmotivated.
Yeah, you weed it out. And, some of the best athletes that I've worked with and have covered, it's all self-motivation, right? Someone like Olympic gold medalist Shaun White, when I was talking to his coach, I'm like, how do you coach him? He's like, honestly, I'm just a sounding board. Like, Shaun is so self-motivated. He'll come to me and just be like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But, yeah, and what we're seeing here is these players are just already very self-motivated.
Dustin Burrell for Team SOCOM with a 1-point lead. Nice work by Dawn Page and Zach Palega in the front. Boy, what a matchup. Take a look at the 6 players in the front court. You got Anthony Page and Palega for SOCOM, Vermeer, Carly James, and O.J. Shasanya for Air Force. You're not going to find 6 more talented players on the front court at one time.
No.
That's a great matchup.
No. And it's from day one to now, to see how these players have come together and worked as a team, and where each player is the strongest. It's been so fun to see.
Tap over by Anthony. Milan. Paul Vermeer out of bounds. Give it to SOCOM. Now with a 7-3 lead. You got to wonder if Air Force burn a timeout. SOCOM continues to build. You got to settle everybody down. This is the gold medal on the line. And not only settling your own team down, it's got to break the momentum of the team that's putting it on you.
Yes. Yeah, you don't overthink things, don't overdo things, and we've said it before, sometimes you just have to let the other team make the mistake. Let the other team hit that ball out of bounds.
Strong serve by Vermeer. Handcuffed Jerry Milan there in the back right corner. So now a 2-point lead for SOCOM. Let's see if Vermeer can build on it. And that serve, I know what he was doing. He was looking for the back right corner. He saw an opening.
Yeah, we've seen him be successful with that before.
8-5 SOCOM lead here in set 2. James trying to do the same thing. I think what they're trying to do is take advantage of Adam Fouts. He's on the back right side, and he's scooted all the way up inside the yellow line, so there's plenty of open court behind him. And Shasanya.
Every single one of those players, you're exactly right.
And it's almost, it's a lure, it's a bait. Like, all right, go ahead. If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to put it in perfectly. Let's see if they do it again. There's the timeout.
Yeah, look at the run now, 6-point difference, and that to me, the plays that SOCOM was doing, what you were saying is they're almost baiting Air to go to that back right corner, because the 2 players that were closest to that, they kept just moving up a little bit and moving to the side a little bit, leaving that area open.
So a 6-point lead by Team SOCOM. Here in the second set, SOCOM already has 1 set under their belt. They're 14 points away from clinching the gold medal, but plenty of sitting volleyball to come. When you look at big number 21 back there serving for SOCOM, Zach Palega. things could get dicey pretty quickly for Air Force if he gets on a run. You see Rhoda Vargas checks in for Air Force. She'll replace Justin James. She'll take over right in the middle. Pelega goes right at Vargas on the serve. And a nice job by Air Force.
Okay, now Carly James, she's got a really powerful serve, but for her, just bring it back a little bit. She's one of the athletes that...
That's a good start.
Yes.
And to your point, we know that Carly James, she's got a hammer back there. She can crush it. But again, it's a game of placement. You don't have to kill it to be effective. And a strong effort.
You don't have to be the strongest or have the quickest or the most powerful serve. It just has to be the smartest.
Here's James, Air Force trailing by 3. I love the tactical adjustments that each team makes before each serve. Like, it depends on obviously who you have in the middle, who you have in the back, where do you want to place them on the court.
And that time, Jake Anthony, number 11, was positioned perfectly to handle that serve.
4-point lead for SOCOM. Dawn Page. Tough effort there by Rudy Estrada. Got a good set from Chris Farrell, but couldn't convert. And a block by O.J. Chisanya, but that goes out of bounds. You start to see a look of concern on Team Air Force. 6-point lead for SOCOM. Call it 7. Jerry Milan and Jake Anthony in the front court.
Yeah, and then you look at Dawn Page's face. I mean, her expressions have not changed.
Let's see if that's the break that Air Force needs. You know, Rudy Estrada, you could tell it's an emotional game, right? It flows. Estrada slams the ball down. Let's go. Let's get going here. Trailing by 6. Brandon Sullivan.
The energy that Air Force exudes when they really start firing each other up, it is palpable. And they've got a huge fan support here.
Let's go, move.
Nice work by Adam Fouts. Fouts got that long arm out there. Just kind of bumped it over with his fist. Drops it home. Here's Jake Anthony, the team captain. Gold medalist in powerlifting in the 72-kilogram category. How about Estrada?
That's what he wanted. He's waiting for times like that where he can be productive.
Burrell with a nice soft touch over the top.
And right now you see Air Force's coach telling his team, settle it down a little bit, you guys. I mean, that really has been one of the most significant pieces of advice that the coach can give in sitting volleyball.
And that's a good point, right? You know, with the coaching staff trying to get everybody to focus. You know, there are no 2- and 3-point plays in sitting volleyball. It's 1 point at a time.
Yeah.
So you got to chop the tree down 1 shot at a time. So Air Force shaves the deficit to 5 points here in the second set. You love the energy in the building.
Yeah. Oh, day 10 of 10. What a phenomenal Warrior Games it's been. You know, these athletes have been so busy all week, but everyone I've talked to has said it's been absolutely great. It's been exhausting, but just creating memories that will last, you know, a lifetime.
And that's one thing that we have seen over and over is that after the games are over, after the competition has ended, everybody just congratulating each other. There's no sore losers. There's no gloating on either side. Just pure sportsmanship by both teams.
Yeah, and that's really the idea of the Warrior Games. That recovery through the camaraderie and the support.
6-point lead for SOCOM. Look at the effort by Shasanya. Check that. That was Rudy Estrada over on the far side of us. Sometimes we get an obstructed view. 7-point lead. James to Vermeer. Too far. All things going SOCOM's way. That's a lift on Estrada.
Oh.
Frustration.
Yeah, you can sense it. Meanwhile, SOCOM is still just all business. Oh, and there's a lift on a SOCOM side. So that is the break that Air Force needs, and they need to take advantage of this moment.
Interesting on that. I thought actually that Jake Anthony was going to get called for the lift, but he gave it to Paige, and then Paige got called for the same thing. Set Palega.
Oh, off the hands of Justin James, and it goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to SOCOM, as will the point.
So 21-12 here in set number 2. SOCOM dominating to this point. The Air Force has got to get a stop. And a brilliant serve by Adam Fouts.
Oh, wow, Palega. You know, it wasn't always easy, but...
And he's got a formidable opponent across the net, Paul Vermeer, but Palega got the best of him a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. Both of those players at the net are so good. But Palega, again, the focus on these SOCOM players' faces is, it's there.
Commanding 23-12 lead for Team SOCOM. 2 points away from the coveted gold medal. Right now, Air Force they just got to get a stop. The defending gold medalists.
You know,
on the
Air
verge.
Force played so hard yesterday in day 2. I mean, they played great. I mean, they played phenomenal, but they just continued and continued and continued, and you got to wonder how much that's affecting them today.
And this is it. Match point. 24-12 lead for SOCOM. Adam Fouts serving for the gold.
Air Force gets a break.
And remember, we've got rally scoring, so every point from here on out is going to be match point. So Air Force got to string them together here. This is Justin James trying to stave off Team SOCOM's gold medal hopes. Dustin Burrell smacks it home, and your gold medal champions, Team SOCOM. Pure elation for SOCOM.
They were methodical, they were smart, they were focused. And I think this is the first time I'm actually seeing Dawn Page smile. So a huge congratulations to SOCOM, a very well deserved gold medal. Oh, what a phenomenal play there at the net by Burrell to just spike it down.
Really a dominating performance by SOCOM in the second set. Truly expected Team Air Force to come out with a vengeance and make a game of it in the second set. And listen, it's not for a lack of trying. The effort is there. The athletes that they have are just off the charts talented. But Team SOCOM plays so well together. Everybody knows where each other are supposed to be. The trust factor comes into play.
And that's the key word too right there, is that trust. The trust factor to really have that trust in your teammates to be there for you, to support you, to assist you. And that's another theme of these Warrior Games.
Plenty of highlights here from our gold medal match. First match, or I should say the first set, far more competitive than the second set. SOCOM just got into their rhythm.
Yes, SOCOM definitely clicked today as a team.
What a great support from Team SOCOM. Everybody out of the stands congratulating each other. This means a lot for them, you know it.
You know, in Air Force to go home with a silver medal. I mean, Air Force put on so many great games today, throughout the series, day 1, day 2, day 3. So Air Force, congratulations to Air Force as well for getting that silver medal. It's very well deserved on their end.
And you know as well as anybody, Tina, you're a gold medalist in snowboarding at the X Games. You know that the most disappointed person on the stand is always the silver medalist, right? The silver medalist so close to gold. But Team Air Force now, they're all happy with each other. They had a great tournament, and every reason to be proud of themselves. And I should take a look at our final standings. Team SOCOM with the gold medal. Team Air Force will claim the silver, and Marine Corps will take the bronze. So we want to congratulate our sitting volleyball gold medalist, Team SOCOM. What a run. We also want to thank everyone that worked so hard to make this year's Warrior Games Challenge a success. The Department of Defense, our sponsors, obviously the athletes and the coaches, and especially the hundreds of volunteers that made this such an exciting 2 weeks. Truly a job well done. So on behalf of my partner, Tina Dixon, this is John Magrino saying so long and thank you for supporting the 23 Warrior Games Challenge. The medal ceremony is coming up next. We're going to send it down to the court with Lizzie Smith.
Thanks so much, John and Tina. That's right. I'm here with Jake Anthony, the team captain for Team SOCOM. You pulled out the gold today. How does it feel?
Feels great. That's Team SOCOM's first team gold medal. And as we've progressively been getting better and better as the game's gone on. We won our first medal 2 games ago. We got a bronze in rugby. We got another bronze this year in rugby, and we got one in basketball. Now we finally got our first gold.
How does it feel to end the Warrior Games on this note? That's the last competition, the last challenge, and Team SOCOM is leaving with the gold. What does that mean to you?
There's not a better feeling than ending on top. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Well, we'll let you go celebrate with your team, and we'll see you at medals. Thank you all for joining us. That was quite the final match with Team SOCOM getting that gold in sitting volleyball finals. We will be back shortly with our medal ceremony.
So open your eyes and see the fight I have burns inside of me.
make it.
I could say, but I might as well show. There are things we could guess, but we might as well know. So hurry up, girl, you've been taking too long. We can't just get crazy like there's nothing wrong. Cause all I hear is talking, 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 and all I need is action. Baby, till the morning, 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 a little satisfaction. If you just take the time, everything could be simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for sitting volleyball. Please welcome the medalists. The medals will be presented by Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness, Mr. Gilbert Cisneros, and Commanding General, U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command and host of the 2023 Department of Defense Warrior Games, General Gary Brito. Bronze medalists, Marine Corps. In no particular order, Staff Sergeant David Benitez, Master Sergeant William Pizarca, Private First Class Michael Harkness, First Sergeant Sidney Rose, Staff Sergeant Rosendo Gutierrez Jr., First Lieutenant Brianne Cook, Staff Sergeant Danielle Potoff, Master Sergeant Donald Burns, Staff Sergeant Darrell Taylor, Staff Sergeant Michael Scott, Gunnery Sergeant Denise Medina, and Private First Class Jamie Engelsma. Head Coach John Arahoni. Ladies and gentlemen, your bronze medalists, Marine Corps. Silver medalists, Air Force. In no particular order, Master Sergeant Rhoda Vargas, Staff Sergeant Carly James, Staff Sergeant Terry Charles, Senior Airman Brandon Sullivan, Senior Airman Josie Arevalo, Technical Sergeant Christopher Farrell, Master Sergeant Justin James, Staff Sergeant O.J. Shasanya, Technical Sergeant Paul Vermeer, Technical Sergeant Jason Brown, Technical Sergeant Rudy Estrada, and Senior Master Sergeant Gary Eister. The head coach of Air Force, Andres Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, your silver medalists, Team Air Force. Gold medalists and sitting volleyball champions, SOCOM. In no particular order, Sergeant First Class Davy Lagarda, Staff Sergeant Adam Fouts, Petty Officer First Class Dustin Burrell, Sergeant First Class Jake Anthony, Sergeant First Class Don Page, Petty Officer First Class Erica Neal, Captain Zachary Polega, Staff Sergeant Kevin Coleman, Master Sergeant Ivan Morera, Master Sergeant Jerry Milan, Petty Officer Third Class Harley Megley, and Chief Master Sergeant Lou Ori. The head coach of SOCOM, Andy Pye. Ladies and gentlemen, your gold medalists and sitting volleyball champions, Team SOCOM. The 2023 Warrior Games Challenge medalists,